Welcome to 7 Trumpets Prepper, and in this video today, guys, I'm going to take you and me to the Mountain Preppers Expo in Sevierville, Tennessee. We're going to be going there in style. We're about to take off the fly, guys. Here we go. So guys, here we are at the Sevierville Expo, and you can see the parking lot's already filling up this morning. And I'm super excited about this. This is right in our back door in East Tennessee, and we've never been to anything like this. And I'm so glad that Jimmy and the guys at Mountain Preppers Expos decided to put this event on. Okay guys, so a lot of yins have asked questions, mutual assistance groups. I've done a video series on it on the YouTube channel, my thoughts on it, what our mutual assistance group done. But this gentleman right here, Mr. Hogwood, I want to let you talk to them about your book that you wrote. I think it's very useful.
Well, what we did is we have a school down in South Florida, and we had a lot of people that were always asking, how do I find other people to work with in disaster and different emergencies? So we compiled a lot of information together. So whether it's a short-term disaster, a long-term disaster, we put a system together for how to find people safely, where to find them, how to have a conversation with them, how to get rid of people, how to get rid of them earlier than later.
Right.
That's a big problem, right?
Exactly.
We all got those people that we don't like, and so the idea is once you establish a base of your friends, and then you start working together in teamwork. You train together, you do events together, you do stuff that is going to keep people coming back. One of the biggest problems with groups is apathy. People don't want to keep coming back because they don't have any fun. So we do team building exercises and all kinds of things that keep people wanting to come back.
Awesome.
And that makes a successful group.
Awesome. Now, they can get a hold of this book by your information I get today at the expo,
Yep,
right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so all the info will be in the video description below.
ReadyGoPrep.com.
Awesome.
Yep.
Have a great day.
Thanks so much for stopping by.
So I'm here with a good friend of mine, Jonathan, and he is with Lakeway Preparedness Association. You can check the link in the video description below. It's a great group. I'm a member of it. And Jonathan, you want to tell them just a little bit about it?
We're a small preparedness organization. We cover the Greenville, Newport, White Pine, Morristown, just the Lakeway area here in East Tennessee. And we try to instruct people on how to preparedness. We do everything that we can to help people, and nonprofit.
Right.
We're here to help people learn how to prepare.
Yeah, and I think it speaks volumes. A lot of the members are CERT FEMA volunteers. There are a lot of emergency services workers, so there's a lot of good guys that's members of it. So, hey man, thanks brother.
No problem.
Holler at you.
All right.
So guys, I wanted to share with you the Goal Zero Yeti 150. This thing's awesome. It has a little bit of weight to it, but it's got a neat carry handle. As far as the input goes, right there, it lets you know that it's going in. Click it on, it will tell you how much your charge is for whatever you're using it for. It's got 12 volt output. Also has it where that you can chain that output. USB, got AC for 110. And the runtime on this the other day, using it at the expo, we pretty much taxed it to death and it lasted for hours. So pretty neat for a small unit like that. And you've seen the review I've done on the Goal Zero smaller panel that folds up. This is the Nomad 20. And it is very good size and easy to fold up. The zipper portion on the back's a lot like the other one I've reviewed in the past. You can chain this together, so that's really neat. You can chain up multiple panels, and it's got the output for USB, so you charge USB devices on the go, and mini solar. Got that option as well. You can also take and charge the unit with a wall charge plug. So you can do that at home before you go out on the go, backpacking, hiking, prepping, whatever. So I just want to share that with you, and I thought this is a really neat product by Goal Zero. I'm here with Brian from Family Safe, And if you've seen my episode on Doomsday Preppers, you know I said you don't need a bunker, but this is not a bunker. This is actually something that could save your life, this hurricane, tornado, and I really want him to tell you about it.
This is our above ground shelter. This is a 4x6. It is 3/16 inch steel. We are FEMA certified, and this is FEMA certified and rated. We meet all the standards that Texas Tech does. They hold the standard for all storm shelters. This will withstand an EF5 tornado.
Awesome.
The door itself is 1/4 inch steel, and it's a double ply door. It is a no pinch design system, so you will not close your fingers on the door. The door acts like a ventilation that goes all the way around. You have your vent on the top and at the bottom of the door. This does not go all the way through because you don't want debris flying in through these holes. So the venting is on the top and at the bottom of the door also. It has 3 deadbolt locks that are commercial grade. So they're also anti-tamper proof locks. So if someone tampers with the locks will lock shut. Now you would have to have a locksmith to come open the locks, but if you're inside and that does happen, you can always open them up with the paddle on the inside.
Okay.
Now, if your house is hit by a storm and you are trapped inside this thing, the good thing about it is this door opens in. So you could have whatever debris is outside and it piles up. You can open the door and work your way out. If for some reason that this shelter gets bent from the storm, you can take this door and use a crowbar and lift this door up and it will come off the hinges. That's one of the great designs about this door on this system. It doesn't shut metal to metal. With that 1/4 inch gap, it does give you the flexibility to open the door up. The outside skin is 3/16 inch steel, and it is all the way around, and it does have a full weld on all the corners. On the inside itself, it has a 2-inch tube framing all the way around, and it's welded every 12 inches on the inside, and then there's angle iron on the corners, on every corner, and at the bottom and around the side of the doors, and that is also welded every 12 inches also. It is a 10-point contact for the door, so you have 10 points of contact, so everything's closed. It will vibrate a little bit through a storm, but not that bad. It will withstand 133,000 pounds being dropped on it with the tube design. That's the reason why we did the tube design system in it, so it will take an impact of your house being dropped on it or anything like that.
That's like getting hit with a tractor trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's epic.
Or the equivalent of 10 cars being dropped on it. That's
Yeah.
about 133,000 pounds is. And see out there, and so you can see what the storm is doing. So you can see out. You don't have to worry about opening the door up.
Right on. Well, this guys could definitely save your life one day. Brian, thanks
All
for
right.
thanks for
a
the
lot.
time,
It was
brother.
nice talking to you.
Absolutely. So everyone, I want you to meet Mike with White Seed Harvest. If you didn't get to see him in the expo that I filmed in Nashville last year, I got some seeds from him. We grew them. We showed it on the YouTube. They've done great. And I'd like to let him tell you, if you've not met him before, what they do and about their heirloom seeds.
All right, appreciate it. Hey folks, I'm Mike from White Harvest Seed, and you can see this is my family's business here. We are about heirloom business. We're here, heirloom seeds. We want you to have the seeds that you can grow, save every year, and never have to buy seed again. And it's non-GMO, non-hybrid, non-treated. The only stuff that's good for you. And the way the good Lord meant them to be grown.
That's right. That's right.
So, and we have our seed kits. We have a basic and a large 30-packet, 40-packet kit. And you said you planted our seed last year and had great results.
Yeah.
We work very hard at trying to keep our germination rates up. We test them every 10 months. And if they don't meet our standards and the state standards, they don't go out the door. So we do that very hard. We deal with only companies. We grow our own, hire folks to grow it for us, or we deal with only 5 companies in the United States that I've personally talked to that are not Monsanto or Big Ag tied. So we feel our seed is high quality, and we want to maintain that for folks like you. And money's hard to come by, and you want to be able to have a product that you can count on to grow when you want it to grow. So we work very hard for that.
I appreciate you. It's a great product. And in the new video series that I'm starting with the Geodesic Greenhouse, we're going to be planting a lot of those seeds and raised beds and some aquaponics too that we got going. So,
Awesome.
Mike, appreciate you, my friend.
Lucas.
Have a great expo.
All right, thank you.
All right, so we call this the easy fire starter because everything you need to start the fire is on the string. So this wooden handle will provide you with dry wooden tinder all the time. So let's say it just rained outside, you don't have anything dry to light on fire, just shave off some of your handle and use that as your tinder. Now obviously if you can find other stuff, use that first, but your handle's there if you need it in a pinch. Now the silver side here is magnesium. This is high quality magnesium that burns at over 5,000 degrees. If you're lighting a fire in damp conditions, you would want about a dime-sized amount of magnesium. Just shave it into your pile. It's really easy to shave off. Now the darker side, that's where the spark comes from. That's the one you're going to want to use every time. You just point it in the direction of your pile and it's a firm strike all the way down and we have fire. Everything you need to start the fire is on the string, including the metal scraper, so you're not messing around with the back of your knife.
So guys, I've done a review of UV pack light in the past, and you can check that video link right there. But now they've got even more awesome prep that's coming out, and I want to get Alexis to tell you a little bit about this and everything because I think it's really neat.
So this is actually what we call the mule light. The reason we call it a mule light is because it's a hybrid between two lights. This is a glow-in-the-dark stick that we've been making for a while called a UV glow stick. Inside this stick are these crystals called strontium aluminate. They're non-toxic, non-radioactive crystals that absorb light to charge. Okay? That could be any light, sunlight, LEDs, any light will charge them. So when we connected them to a flashlight, we made this hybrid light called the mule light. Because the light from the flashlight will charge the glow stick enough so that the glow stick will take over and you can use the glow stick to light up space instead. Think of it as like a reusable glow stick that will last for about 600 hours. Now this flashlight will cycle on its own. All you have to do is press the on button until it flashes one time. That puts it into a cycle mode of 4 seconds of white light from the LEDs, 2 minutes of glow light from just the little glow stick, but during that 2 minutes you're not wasting your flashlight batteries. 3 AAA batteries go in the bottom, so you can just replace those with rechargeable batteries if you wanted to. There's a magnetic clip on the back and also a D-ring, so you can just click it on the back of your pack. That way you have a constant glow stick illumination that's not wasting your batteries.
And that is just awesome.
Okay. I'm Shannon Miner. I'm the East Tennessee League Coordinator for Oath Keepers. Oath Keepers is an organization founded by Stuart Rhodes, a constitutional attorney, who decided back in '09 that there was no expiration on our oath to defend the Constitution of the United States. We have a two-pronged mission now. We are organizing community preparedness teams to assist local authorities in any local events such as tornadoes, hurricanes, whatever, as well as anything major. You can contact us at the national site. It's oathkeepers.org.
So guys, I wanted to show you some of the units here that is from American Portable Solar, and right there is the unit right there, and this is a pure sine wave inverter, so this is not modified, so this ought to last you a long time. That's got remote control on it. Here's one of the fold-up panels. I was telling the guys here the other day I really like this one here. It looks really good, and that's like 3 times the size of that one Renogy panel that you all have seen me do a build on the channel before. Okay, so for those of you that constantly hear me talk about alternative energy on the channel, Peter here with American Solar is going to explain to you some new options that are available to people nowadays for alternative energy.
Thanks. Unlike in the past where you had just battery systems or you had just grid-tied systems, today there's portable battery backup systems. The smallest starting with this ARC, which is a 3,000 watt solar generator. That's what we call it, a solar generator. It comes with its own solar panels. It's a thin film that rolls out. They're 9 feet long, 18 inches wide, and there's 4 of them. And they will recharge the battery here. And if you don't like the power you have just with the one battery, this has the ability with a plug to plug into numerous batteries. So you can just keep adding batteries. And this system will charge all of them. It'll draw from all of them, but it'll also charge from all of them. And this system is simple. It has 3 plugs. and it has a DC connect, so if you wanted to use a cigarette lighter adapter to charge your phone or a laptop or something. The drawback with this is it's only 120 volts. So you can't run a well pump or something that's 240 on it. You can go to a larger size, and these are scalable. This is a step up. This is a larger unit. It's on wheels. It can be charged from the grid. It can be charged from solar panels. All the inverters and everything, all the electronic devices are inside the unit here. So it makes it easy access for servicing, turning off, turning on. And in the front is where the batteries go. They all groove, slide in, and already marked. And this allows you to plug in right here on the side. It has 4 plugs right on the side that allow you to use that power. And these are available in variants and sizes. This is, on this rolling model, this is one of the smallest. It's 1500 watts continuous. It might peak to 2, but for light duty, such as a refrigerator, for some general lighting, if you have something that you have in a shop or a garage that you need backup power intermittently, you can roll this out and set it up there. Okay? These we have that get in size that are about 4 to 5 times the size. We have one that's an 8 kW, holds up to 24 batteries, which is about 11 to 1200 amp hours worth of use. It uses an Outback Radiant inverter. I don't want to get too technical, but it's one of the best inverters we have. And it will power itself from the grid or from your solar system. Now the nice thing about that is it's 120 and 240. It's 60 amps, so it has a tremendous load capacity. And it can integrate with any existing battery system or any existing grid-tied system.
Just for a quick note right here, if you look, I always stress this with anything I review on the channel or anyone we talk with, made in the USA. So
yes. One of the other products that has emerged over the last 6 to 12 months is for a market, for the canine market, for police departments, military, Homeland Security. We developed an application that is an electronic battery-powered AC system for canine units. One of the challenges a lot of canine officers have is if the cars get too hot, the dogs can suffer and die. And there is no real application for it. There are times they can't leave the car running, leaving windows open, even though the dog's crated in there, the car can still get too hot. The SUV or car can get too hot. So this was a design we came up with that has its own battery compartment, its own inverter, and an 11,000 BTU AC unit. And it looks pretty simple, and it mounts right up behind where the dog rides in the car. And it blows cold air into that unit, that section right there. It's a dedicated system. It doesn't affect the driver. It doesn't affect the car itself or gas mileage or anything. You don't have to have the engine running. This system right here is designed to give 6 to 8 hours worth of runtime for that AC system. It works very effectively in keeping the dog cool, keeping the dog happy and healthy. Mortality rates on canine animals is high in this country, and it's roughly $50,000 to replace a dog. So a unit like this, that depending on how it's set up, between $5,000 and $6,000, can make a big difference for a police department in maintaining their canine presence.
That's awesome. And guys, make sure to check them out at AmericanPortableSolar.com. Tons and tons of resource here for going off grid, definitely. So just make sure to check that out.
The people who put these in the backyard, okay, tornadoes are out there. It's a dark night. The family's scared.
Right.
Take them to the backyard. Spend the night in the bunker. So I trademarked spend the night tornado shelters. So I promote them not only as a bomb shelter, but as a tornado shelter too. Now that's my smaller ones. See, any bomb shelter makes a great tornado shelter.
Oh, I agree.
But
with
a
that.
tornado shelter doesn't make a shelter. But there are people out there trying to say that their square tornado shelters 2 feet underground are now a bomb shelter because they added an NBC air filtration system that they handmade themselves. They're not airtight. They don't have the proper degree of angle or anything. But if you got land and you got a bunker, it's like having a house underground. And if you want to have a cabin to go hunting, and now all of a sudden you're a prepper, you can have your bunker and your cabin and on your deer lease and just use it every weekend like we do. I mean, it's like a house inside there. It's just 20 feet underground, and it doesn't need air conditioning. It doesn't need heating.
Awesome. Well, now I noticed with the square box containers, a lot of my friends are veterans from the Middle East, and they've seen a lot of times where they would cover over a cargo container, and then it'd fall in. You know, it just couldn't take it.
You should not be putting shipping containers in the ground. If you're going to do it, what I did is I flipped it upside down, because this roof is not strong. The floor has the strength, and it has the membranes. So what I did is I flipped it upside down. I built up a subfloor inside, so I had storage underneath the floor, and then I reinforced the roof on the outside with galvanized corrugated floor decking that you filled with concrete. So when you put them in, you had to pour concrete over them to harden them. That was the trick. Nobody figured that out, but I did.
Very nice.
Yeah. So you got to flip them and then put floor decking and pour them with concrete. That's the trick. Awesome. I'll do it on TV. I got it. Yeah, I'll do it on TV once. So.
Awesome.
Okay.
Appreciate the time, my friend.
All right. So I hope you think you need bunkers now.
Well, I believe in a storm shelter. I'll tell you that for sure.
Well, bunker's been on TV like 15 shows.
So guys, a lot of yous have questions about, you know, putting a hand pump in on your land. That's a big thing, because when the electric won't work no more, you can at least still get your water. And Dustin with Quorum Pump Service, he can inform you on how to do that and install one in.
Yeah. If you've already got existing wells, you've already got your electric pump in it, that's a big question a lot of people have. You know, is can they put this on there for an emergency backup? So this one will go right down beside your existing pump. You don't have to pull it out or do anything. Just install this one. It'll pump water from 325 feet. Just depending on your static water level, how many gallons a minute you're going to pump. You can start out 5 to 7 gallons a minute. Go on down to 2.5 gallons at the lower static levels. You can use it, you can pressurize open discharge just with a hose wherever you want to. You can tie it into a spigot on your house and pressurize the plumbing in your house with it. There's also another option you can do just by popping the handle off and doing that clevis. Taking the 4 bolts out, you can put a 24 volt DC motor on it, run it by solar panels for rural areas if you're filling water in troughs for cattle, livestock, something like that. Filling storage tanks, or to pressurize your house. We can sell it in a kit that you just bolt the motor right on, comes with the panels, battery banks, everything you need. This is a simple pump, and the name fits it well. You know, the homeowner, you're able to do this yourself. They can, comes with the installation tool where you can do it yourself if you needed to. You don't have to call a company out to do it.
That's awesome. I see it's made in the USA too. That's a rarity these days on anything. So
yeah, I don't know if you can see it from there, but
yeah, that's made in the USA. So that is awesome.
Sure is.
Awesome.
Yeah, it comes your drop pipe sections is 9-foot PVC screw together, and then you've got a sucker rod that runs down to the bottom. Which this piece, we've just got it cut away so you can see. This is your foot. It'll actually go all the way down inside your static water level. But it comes in 9-foot sections of PVC with a fiberglass sucker rod in it. So it's really easy for anybody. It comes with a nice set of instructions. It's easy to follow, so
awesome.
You can do it yourself and not have any problem with it. If you ever need to work on it, and pull it yourself.
Right on. Man, I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And his info will be in the video description below. So guys, I'm here with Doom and Bloom with Joe. And they have a great YouTube channel about medical prep. You can check the in video link right there, also in the video description below. But I really want to have him share with you this new survival team building game that they've got together. You can tell a little bit about what's going on your website.
Absolutely. Our website is doomandbloom.net, and you will see 511 posts on medical preparedness, every single one of them, assuming there's no longer any doctors, no longer any hospitals. You are now the end of the line when it comes to your family's health in a disaster. Now, our YouTube channel is DR Bones Podcast. Of course, we have a podcast called The Survival Medicine Hour as well. And our new project is our board game, Doom and Bloom Survival. And in Doom and Bloom Survival, you have survived a pandemic, and you have to look for a new safe haven in which to build a settlement. You have to get assets like food, fuel, and weaponry. You have to find more survivors. You have to get medical supplies, and you have to scout locations and do it before anyone else in order to win the game. We feel the game is an awesome game. It's a great way to get that lone prepper to have the whole family involved in a fun and challenging way. You know you can't cram preparedness down the throats of people that aren't interested. This is a great way for people to learn about those tough decisions involved in survival without having to feel that they're going to school.
Awesome. Thanks for talking.
Thank you, Lucas. Thank you
Absolutely.
for having us.